to the last episode of this story. It was close to midnight when Grandma Jian reached home. The house was dimly lighted. A silent exhale from the faint hum of the window set the thick tension hanging in the air. She had lived long enough to understand the sense, the deep instruction growl, the violent accent shift, and emotional collapse. It was all pointed to one thing: Jungkook's weapon. She moved quickly, her old hands, the wrinkled work with practiced speed. She have mixed something roots and boiled calmly leaves in warm milk. The herb tonic she played meant to lower Jungkook's performance and bring him back to a state where his human mind would overpower his will. As she entered the room, she found him lying shirtless, clenching his chest, whimpering softly. She gently helped him sit up. Drink this, child. It will help calm the storms. His lips trembled, but he obeyed with great difficulty. He drank every drop, and his body slammed slightly, breathing slower. When she stepped out of the room, she found Taehyung sitting at the door, knees hugged to his chest, his eyes red. "Hey, baby." The boy looked up, sniffing. "Is he okay?" She smiled gently and sat beside him. "It's normal to go through wrath or heat once you cross 18. It's part of growing up, especially for strong alpha omegas like Cookie. He will feel better by the day after tomorrow." Taehyung nodded slowly. "You must not go near him until then." "I meant it, even if he calls you, even if he cries, stay away." His voice was unpredictable right now. It could hurt you without realizing it. "But Helmani, no but. Be a good boy and go to your room." Succulently, Taehyung stood up, nodded, and walked away. Inside his room, Taehyung passed. He tried reading, he tried sleeping, he tried closing his eyes and pretending everything was fine, but he couldn't. His heart wouldn't let him. His cooking was in pain, alone, fighting something he didn't understand. Taehyung couldn't just sit there. He whispered a soft, an old mantra passed down to him from a hidden he had once found in the library, the one that made his body turn transparent, unseen, invisible with light and a silent heart. He tiptoed back into Jungkook's room. Jungkook was lying curled on the side, chested, sweat breathing along his temple. The accent of the room had softened, but it still clung to the walls like mist. Taehyung sat beside him silently, then without warning. "Hey, baby, why did you come here?" The voice was tired but found things was within. "Young, how do you know?" Jungkook gave a big smile. "I always know when you are around. I could smell you even when you entered the gate." He sighed. "I'm sorry if I hurt you earlier. I am scared I might do it again." Taehyung stood up and he didn't know what to say. "There is no need to say sorry. I am your tete. You can do anything to me." Taehyung's hand brought to his lips. "Thank you for being here." A few quiet minutes passed, just the sound of breathing, comfort, peace, until suddenly Jungkook growled loudly and clenched his chest again. He was feeling now. The pain had returned, sharper this time. He threw off the blanket, breathing harshly. His hands scratched his chest. Then panicked. I shouldn't have come at February." Jungkook rolled over him again. "It hurts. It hurts." His back ached slightly as the pain swept. His inner wolf had awakened again, pulled by the emotional bond and the accent of one. Taehyung hesitated for just a moment. Then he sat closer, placed his hands gently on Jungkook's chest, and began massaging it slowly, I am sorry, Hangi. I didn't mean to make it worse. Jungkook hissed at the touch, but didn't know his eyes were glassy. Taehyung, you don't have to know more like me. Taehyung's voice changed. It was darker from more dominant. Just close your eyes and try to sleep. I will stay here. It will erase your pain. Jungkook blinked in surprise. That aura, it calmed him. His body, despite the pain, responded to things, touched the rhythm, the warmth, the voice. From the first time in hours, breathing has begun to stabilize. The room was thick. The accents of crows, hated, tension, silent devotion. Jungkook's eyes floated close, but then couldn't stop. His hand bruised against Jungkook's torso, so his fingers trembled as he moved upward, crushing his skin. That was without realization, Taehyung leaned down. He placed a soft kiss on Jungkook's chest just above his heart. The alpha's eyes opened wide and Taehyung looked up and whispered, "It's okay, let me do this." Then he kissed him again, slower this time on the shell of muscles. For the next hour, nothing existed, only soft grabs, slow touches, okay. The chest, a gentle stroking skin, a whispered name, a soft cry. Taehyung didn't go further. He didn't need to. He just wanted Jungkook to feel comfort, wanted him to know he wasn't alone in this pain, and Jungkook, in his well-being, trembling state, let it happen. He didn't stop him, he didn't want it to. After a while, the pain has faded. The medicine has taken full effect and full fat calmed. Jungkook blinked slowly, feeling better, but suddenly sighed. He turned away, hiding his face in the pillow, his cheeks burning red. Taehyung clenched softly. "Taehyung, you better now?" What had he done? He had acted on impulse, followed an instinct. He couldn't understand what is wrong. Did Jungkook feel uncomfortable? Would he hate him? Taehyung looked down and whispered, "Hyungi, I'm sorry if I did anything wrong. If you feel uncomfortable, I will leave now." Jungkook sat up slightly, eyes wide. I don't know why I did that, but when I saw you in pain, I couldn't just sit there. I don't think I'm sorry, please don't hate your Tete. His voice cracked, tears welled in his eyes. Jungkook reached out, pulled him into a soft embrace. "I could never hate you, baby. Thanks as written, you are made." Not mad, Jungkook smiled, still blushing. "I don't fully understand what we are or what's happening, but I know one thing." He cut things cheek. "You are the only one who make this pain go away." Taehyung's heart skipped a beat. The moonlight streamed through the curtains, bathing them in silver light. Two souls bound by faith, but unaware of what destination has planned. And in that quiet room, one thing became clear: they were no longer just young. The room was silent except for the rustle of sheets and the soft sound of their breathing. Jungkook was lying on the side, cheeks still pink, feeling tense, soft fingers tracking circles on his back. Outside, the moon had started to stars slowly dimming, promise in the dawn. Inside, the A new kind of light has begun born. The truth, long wished, was ready to rise. Jungkook turned, puppet himself on his elbow, eyes searched Taehyung's face, studying every soft texture. Jungkook spoke. Hey baby, the truth is, he paused. He took a deep breath. I love you a lot. Ever since the first day you entered this house, things has been. Jungkook continued, his voice barely above a whisper. But when I become an adult, I realized this isn't a friendly or family kind of love. It's more than that. Something deeper, something that burns in my chest every time I see you smile or hear you laugh. He reached out and softly held Taehyung's hand. I want this Taehyung as my mate. I want to call you mine in every way. You are my breath, baby. Taehyung's lips parted. Jungkook's was cracked as she added, but you are still underage, so until you turn 18, we will keep our bond the same. I promise not to cross any line. We should remain like this if you are okay with it. But if you don't want me, if you think I am wrong, you can refuse me. His eyes with uncertainty as Taehyung sat frozen. The heart inside his chest thundered wildly. He never expected Jungkook to say it, yet his heart had always known it. He couldn't bear seeing Jungkook with anyone else. He couldn't imagine the world without him. That protective, trembling hands then cupped Jungkook's face, bruising the thumbs against his cheek. Then he leaned in and kissed the tip of his nose. I can feel the same way. Jungkook breathed in chest and whispered with certainty, voice firm and slightly dark. This Taehyung only needs this young Jungkook in his life. No one else. From now on, we will stand by each other in every good or bad moment. He smiled softly, and when I call you Kim Jungkook, my sweetheart, Jungkook felt his body melt into Taehyung's words. His heart swelled with emotion and dominance. Voice that aura, it made something fluttered in Yoongi. For the outside world, he leaned closer, eyes gleaming. But inside this room, baby, you are mine. Jungkook's jaw dropped, his cheeks pursed. Yeah, you became so bold in one night. Jungkook reached for his shirt, suddenly sighed again. He slowly tried to slip it back on, but Taehyung's eyes twinkled with mischief. Do you really need to wear that cook? I already saw and tasted. Yeah, Jungkook is still so baby. Jungkook felt yanking the coat up and himself in like a cocoon. You become a pervert one night. Go back to your room now, kiddo. Taehyung froze. Kiddo, his playful smile turned into a dark glare. Cook, do I need to remind you how much you were in pleasure when just a few minutes ago? From his glance, clearly enjoying himself, finally Taehyung pulled back the quilt and slipped inside Jungkook under the seat. He wrapped his arm around, pulling the older boy into a chair. Jungkook mumbled something incomprehensible. Still burning with embarrassment, Taehyung placed a soft kiss on the crown of his head. Sleep now, my cookie, Hyung. I have got you. And like that, with their heartbeats and the two drifted off to sleep, warm and rapid in warmth, bound by secret and protected by love. The day turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and the season changed, but Jungkook and Taehyung's bond only deepened, though they acted normal during the day, laughing. waiting patiently to bloom. Taehyung was older now, stronger, more aware of his feelings and his role in Jungkook's life. And whenever Jungkook came again, Taehyung was always there, with calming touches, with warm lips, with words, and made Jungkook feel safe. He had become addicted to those soft swells, to the way Jungkook's body under his touch, but he never crossed the line, not until Jungkook was ready, and Jungkook, he let him do as he pleased because he trusted him completely. He never felt pain around him, only peace. Jungkook was possessive, painfully possessive, but no one was allowed to touch his titty, not even his own mother, not even for affection. If someone referred to his hair or prized his beauty, Jungkook would cling to him tighter. He would let someone sometimes growl his mind. The world sat unspoken on his tongue. Taehyung always found it cute. He would hug Jungkook and kiss his part away. Only yours, Yoongi. Their grandma wasn't blind. She had seen it all. The glances, the secret smiles, the invisible string that tied the two together, but she never interfered. Love, she believed, was something scared, and let them grow in their own time. Years passed. They shared clothes, they shared dreams, they shared fears. They shared the bed more often than not, even if they didn't speak it out loud. And soon, no one could imagine one without the other. They were two wolves running under one moon, breathing the same air, loving with one soul. Mate, my mate, the thunders grew across the giant estate as things powerful charged forward, and his growling cold eyes locked onto the person his soul had been searching for. Jungkook gasped the air as the pack members pushed. Taehyung's transformation had happened mid-celebration. His 18th birthday, the day his work was finally strong enough to advance and choose his designated mate. Jungkook stood trembling in the corner, his hands over his chest, heart pounding. No, no, this can't be. What if Taehyung found someone else today? What if I lose him? But before that fear, his own wolf all these years awakened, howling with rage and relief. His eyes glowed with silver light, and then everything changed. With the Taehyung sulfur growled and plunged forward not into anger, but in desperation and overwhelmed. Logging mate, Taehyung declared again, soft. This time he bruised his face in Jungkook's neck, breathing in his accent like oxygen. Tears welled up in Jungkook's eyes. You are my mate too? He whispered, voice trembling. The atmosphere turned electric. Mrs. Jian gasped. Of course, Grandma Jian. Mrs. Jian to her mother. Mr. Jian turned to her mother. Mother, you knew, she nodded calmly. This is why I never allowed them to become brothers. I could smell it when, even before things perceived, his wolf always sought Jungkook's presence. The bond was there, hidden, waiting, understanding. On the Jian family, no one opposed it. How could they, when the two wolves, destined by fate, and finally found each other, and so their new chapter began. Taekook as fate mate. A few months later, the bond between Taehyung and Jungkook bloomed beautifully. They spent every moment together, learning more about their Taehyung, now a full time university student would rush home every day to see his mate. Their room was filled with laughter, teasing, and warmth. Gentle kisses, light hugs, shared glances across rooms. They were truly in their own world until that day. Taehyung was walking across the university garden, headphones in his ears, humming softly, and suddenly an Omega girl, pale with lace and terrified, ran up to him. Taehyung screamed, Jungkook, some man took Jungkook. They are heading through the forest. I saw them dark coats. They were dragging him. Taehyung's blood froze. What he roared, yanking off his headphones. Well, I don't know. 5 minutes ago, near the east gate, they dragged him into a black van and drove into the woods. I didn't know what to do. Thames wolf found forward in panic. Jungkook, my mate, his instinct tried to connect through the wolf was calling for Jungkook's wolf. Cook, where are you? Respond to me, answer me please. Silence, nothing. The bond hasn't been sealed yet. They hasn't marked each other, so no full connection had been made. The fragile thread between them now felt painfully. He called Mr. Jian immediately. After someone taken Jungkook, I'm going to the forest. Meet me there. What? I will alert the patrol team go, but be careful, Taehyung. Without wasting a second, he shifted into his wolf midnight black fur, golden eyes and repellent strength. His paws hit the ground and he bolted towards the forest, but what Taehyung didn't know was that Jungkook never been taken. He was lying unconscious inside one of the university classrooms, drugged by someone in secret. He had knocked him out. Just wolf form came to halt at the reach of the center of the forest, clearing place long abandoned and forbidden. The trees were quiet and shadows thickened than usual. He shifted back into human form, fronting, scanning the surroundings. Then, a moment, 5 figures emerged from the shadows, slowly surrounding him. Tall, strong, ruthless, their accent friendly and poisonous. He tanks like a punch. One of them snapped, well, the golden pup has grown into a fine alpha. The man sneezed and saw another man, his scar running across his neck, stepped forward. We don't want the Omega this time. It's you. Our master wants you. If you come quietly, we wouldn't hurt you much. Then rolled his eyes glowing. His wolf was frightening to break free. I could tear you apart right here, he hissed. But you wouldn't. The first man said shyly, because you are clever, you know. We are just the tail. You want the head. You want to know who sent us. Taehyung didn't respond. He was furious. His wolf is inside him, but he also knows. Could you breathe? Then he is not fine, he said coldly. Take me. The man blinked, surprised. You are giving up? No, I am calculating, Taehyung said, holding out his hands. They tied his wrist with silver-infused ropes, enough to weaken the wolf within, fully paralyzing it. They Then they dragged him deeper into the forest towards an old abandoned structure, a crumbling stone building hidden beneath thick and rotting woods. It smelled of damp earth and blood. Every inch of the place screamed danger. The man pushed him onto a metal chair, suckled his ankles, and backed away. A few minutes later, another man entered wearing a black dark coat, face hidden under a hood. His voice was low and ominous. So these prince arrives. The man clenched name are for living, you wouldn't need mine. I'm not dying today, thanks, but you are bold. Like your father, the man spake. You hunted us for years, he returned our trade. But now, if he wants you back, he will have to pay or bleed. Taehyung narrowed his eyes. This is revenge, not just revenge. This is message. The man wiped, walking closer. Your mate, that pretty little omega, he will cry for you. He will scream, and your people Colonel Taehyung's face tightened, but he didn't react. He couldn't. The man knelt beside him, and when the time comes, you will beg. Suddenly, a sharp pain burst across Taehyung's cheek. Slap faster, blood dripping from his lips, and the hooded man stood before him. The master wants him clean before the next moon. The guards dragged him into another room, but inside things man raged. Jungkook, please be safe. I will come back to you, I promise. Back in the university, the Omega girl stood in the hallway, trembling guilt in look, unconscious on the floor. Jungkook, still asleep, still unaware of the trap that had been set in his name. A tear rolled down her cheek. I don't know. The sky had turned an ominous grey as Mr. Jian arrived at the university in panic. His beta team surrounding the area, sniffing for Jungkook. It seemed their ears were played, their senses focused. One of the guards screamed, rushing towards him. Sir, we found Jungkook. What? Mr. Jian kept eyes wide. He ran towards the college wing, where inside a locked classroom, his beloved son was lying unconscious on the floor, still pale. A faint smell of last water lingered around him. Mr. Jian's heart sank quickly. He dropped on his knees. Jungkook's eyelids fluttered. Mr. Jian exhaled in relief and immediately ordered the man to investigate the room. Someone did this on purpose. We need to find him before it's too late. As the medicine wore off Jungkook, his body shook upright. He blinked fast, his eyes wild with fear. He gasped, grabbing his father's arm. Where is he? Jian, he went into the forest, believing you were kidnapped. Mr. Jian explained quickly, but now we know it was a trap. JK, no, he is in danger. Jungkook shouted, scrambling. Protect me, run, save. The bond wasn't sealed, but don't go alone, Mr. Jian warned, but Jungkook was already shifting, silver eyes, white fur. Before sharp pause, Jungkook's wolf took control, bolting towards the forest, nose to the ground, taking things accent through the trees and mud, wait for me, Taehyung, and coming inside the abandoned building. Taehyung changed his expression calm, but his aura barely contained. Jungkook's accent was approaching fast, but so was something else. Footsteps echoed. One of the guards returned, moving someone into the room. Got this not sneaking around. Hey, Jungkook gasped, eyes locked. with his mate. I found you. The guard shoved him forward into the room. This is your mate? He doesn't look like much. Taehyung stood up, trying to appear calm. Let him go. You already have me. The guards laughed cruelly. He is staying, maybe watching us beat you. Will break him faster. They threw Jungkook in and slammed the door shut, but in their haste, they didn't forget something. They didn't tie Jungkook. Jungkook rushed to them and dropped to his knees, worked quickly to untie his silver cuffs around his wrist. The eyes welled up. I couldn't feel you. I thought I lost you. I couldn't sit there. You knew I came here on purpose. They snapped. I let them take me so I could find their leader. I have waited years to meet him face to face to end this one and for all. Jungkook lowered his head, but I love you. I couldn't risk losing you. Taehyung's expression softened. You stupid, adorable Omega, he muttered and pulled Jungkook into a tight embrace. We will get out of here now. Taehyung stood up, holding Jungkook behind him protectively. He closed his eyes, muttering ancient words. Where are they? His chaos exploded. Alarm went off. Dozens of gang members scattered into the forest, searching for the two who had disappeared into the air deep in the woods. Then appeared with Jungkook still clinging to him. He picked Jungkook up in bridal style, moving swiftly and silently through the trees, alerted to every sound. Hold tight, Cookie, he whispered. Jungkook blew his face and thanked Snake. I'm sorry, but before he could even move further, a shadow rushed forward. Then one of the guard, he hadn't seen them. Thank's magic was still them, but the man could smell blood in the wind. He looked down at Jungkook. I'm fine, but we need to hide fast. He gently placed Jungkook behind a fallen tree trunk in a small clearing, shielded him with a low body. Suddenly, one of the criminals spotted them from the trees. There they are. Within seconds, a dozen of them surrounded the area. Jungkook stood beside them, his glove ready. Touch him, Taehyung rolled, stepping in front of Jungkook. Kill them, the leader shouted. They charged, but this time they had no idea what they up against. Taehyung's wolf took control. His eyes grew bright gold, his voice deepened, layered with power. His body shifted mid-air, tearing through the nearest enemy like paper. Jungkook fought beside him, bravely biting and slashing anyone who got too close. But it was Taehyung who became something else. His aura exploded, pure-blooded alpha, unleashed one by one. The attackers fell, screaming, dying. Their weapons were useless. The leader tried to run. Taehyung appeared behind him in a blink and broke his neck. Siren the distance, the clearing filled with slashing light and black. The police officer arrived in full force, along with Mr. Jian and the elite beta squad. They froze at the side. Dozens of lie motionless. The center stood Taehyung painting Restrained in clothes and clothes, his eyes still glowing, his form still halfway between man and beast. No one moved except Jungkook. Slowly he stepped forward. There, he whispered, walking carefully towards him. The alpha turned eyes wild, feral. Listen to my voice, slow, breathe slow and deep, yeah. Jungkook whispered, kiss them, his baby took his golden eyes dimmed in the breath studies. He dropped to his knees and wrapped his arm around Jungkook tightly. I thought they would hurt you, he murmured, his voice cracking. You saved me there. And now it's over. The police secured the area, collecting weapons, bodies, and that remained of the supplies, tracking maps, illegal documents, hidden caves. An officer whispered they were trafficking. They were all gone now. Mr. Jian said, eyes on his son and Jungkook. Because of him, Taehyung carried Jungkook once again in bridal style. The men's door opened as they entered, both bruised, bleeding, and exhausted. Mrs. Jian gasped and ran to them. What happened to you both? Mr. Jian followed behind them, nodding to the guards. Prepare warm water and medical kits. Jungkook winced as he sat down. Taehyung gently cleaned Jungkook's wound before treating his own. Mrs. Jian returned with soup and bandages. Tell me, how did you escape that place? Taehyung looked up calmly. I used a spell. Everyone turned a spell. Mrs. Jian blinked. Yes, he said, slowly sitting back. I learned old bloodline magic from an elder. It's only possible for Mrs. Jian smiled cheerfully and touched his face. You are grown up and you protected her. Jungkook. Grandma Jian walking slowly, her eyes shining. She raised her hand to bless over the two boys. May your blood bond only grow stronger and may no darkness ever touch your heart again. Taehyung and Jungkook looked at each other and held hands, smiling softly through the pain they had survived. The days after the incident in the forest passed quietly but heavily guarded. The Jian turned into a silent ship, but with every window sealed at the guard. At every entrance, Jungkook and Taehyung weren't allowed to step outside, not even for fresh air. Mr. Jian's eyes never leave them for long, and even the maids whispered more quietly than usual. Taehyung didn't complain. He understood that the need for Jungkook, on the other hand, was getting restless. So when night fell and dinner ended earlier, Taehyung dragged his maid to the media room. They sat close, legs tangled beneath the blanket. The large screen in front of them played a sweet story of two soulmates meeting again after years apart. Taehyung's arm rested around Jungkook's shoulder, but when a steady case scene come on, Jungkook went completely still. His eyes still didn't blink. His lips parted just slightly. A faint blush crept on his chest. Then noticed immediately a devilish smile tugged at his lips. Yeah, cook. He leaned closer. You are watching that without blinking. Wanna try it? Jungkook snapped his eyes to him. What kind of dumb are you? Jungkook whined dramatically, throwing his head back and face palming. He became an adult. killing dangerous alphas, burning down the gang, but never kissed me even once. What a shame. Am I not pretty enough or sexy enough? Taehyung just stared at him for a second, stunned. Then something shifted. His inner wolf, the alpha that had been hiding behind soft smiles, gentle hands, awakened with a roar. You are the one who asked for this, Taehyung said darkly. His voice suddenly husky, eyes glowing faintly cold. So don't blame me tomorrow. Jungkook didn't get a chance to respond. The next time pulled him on his leg. When my eyes dropped into Jungkook's mouth, they looked like strawberries before Jungkook could get another word. And Taehyung closed the distance and kissed him. It wasn't shy, it was awkward, it was warm, confident, and full of love. He had been holding back for months. Jungkook gasped slightly, and Taehyung took the chance to kiss on his upper lip gently, asking for permission. Jungkook let him there, dance slowly, teasing, exploring. Jungkook crunched Taehyung's shoulder, pulling him closer. The bodies melted in Taehyung's embrace as the soft whispers. You are perfect, Taehyung whispered against his lips, and you are mine. Taehyung shifted them smoothly, lying Jungkook gently back on the porch couch. He hovered over him, their nose brushing, hands caressing each other's cheek, still like unromantic. I am unromantic, he smiled. Jungkook looked breathless, lips swollen. You are making up for all the missed kisses. Good, Taehyung said, then pegged him again. Because I will never stop. His hands gently trailed down Jungkook's arm, then slipped under the Jungkook edge onto the touch, and cheeks flushed with the evident dew. Taehyung's lips traveled from mouth to his jaw, then down to his cock and neck. He lingered there, brushing his lips against the soft skin. Here, he whispered, I want to mark your hair. Jungkook stiffened. You don't have to. I want to, Taehyung said, kissing the spot again. You're mine, Cookie, and I'm yours. Jungkook nodded again. Then do it. Taehyung's wolf took control. For a split second, his skin Gate gently wiped the spot he had kissed, just hard enough to mark, not to harm. Jungkook gasped and cried out softly. Something warmer, something deeper pulled them closer, whispering, my turn. He did the same, marking the base of Taehyung's neck with trembling lips and shaking hands. Taehyung softly. Now we are complete. Jungkook smiled through teary eyes. Now you are mine too. For the rest of the night, they stayed on the couch, twinkling in each other's arms, kissing continuous, slow, and affection knit their bond. Glowed visible, a faint shimmering of light where their mark connected. They didn't trust, they didn't cross the lines, but the heat, the tension, the love were undeniable, and something Jungkook blushed, hiding his face in Taehyung's chest. Stop being so perfect or I will fall for you again. You already have. Baby ma. Taehyung smiled. They laughed, soft, cool up together as the moonlight poured over them like a blessing. The warm afternoon sun filtered through the grand window of Jian Mansion, light up and dining hall where the entire family had gathered. The table was filled with an exuberant spread, grilled vegetables, meats, dumplings, fresh fruits and warm soup, but the main dish was on the table. Taekook's embarrassment. Jungkook sat down, winching slightly as he tried to adjust the position on the cushioned chair. His cheeks were tinted red, and he kept his head low, trying to avoid eye contact with anyone at the table, but his flushed cheeks weren't helping. And neither was his walk on the leg thereof. When he had walked into the dining room with just a minute ago, his steps were bobbing and slow. He had looked like a baby penguin learning to walk for the first time. At the point, his legs nearly gave up until Taehyung, with the broad grin, had scooped him up toddler style and carried him in. That was all the family needed. Look at him, Grandma cried, wiping her hands on the napkin as she leaned forward. You bird can't even wake up early. At least be aware of leaves in the house. Taehyung tried to hide. Jian leaned over to peer at him. Hey, baby, you should be gentle with the bunny, she said with a teasing tone. Look at him now, walking like a penguin. Mrs. Jian just clenches, shaking. Mr. Jian just clenches, shaking his head while munching on the steaming bun. Mom, Taehyung tried to defend himself. He was the one who started it, okay? He literally said I was unromantic. He indeed fire. Yeah, Jungkook sort of, cheeks blushing. I didn't tell you to go all alpha mode on me, you bird. I did what my mate asked. Taehyung shrugged dramatically. Can't help if my bunny can't handle it. And Mr. Jian clenched. All right, enough teasing. Let the boy eat. Jungkook looked at his father with pleading eyes. Dad, tell them to stop. I'm trying to recover here. Recover? Grandma laughed again. Oh my goodness. He is adorable. Eventually everyone calmed down enough to eat. Taehyung made sure Jungkook had everything on the plate, even gentle, peeling the apple slice and feeding it to him while Jungkook glared in annoyance. Stop babying me. I broke you. Let me love you. Taehyung, you are adorable when you are mad, bunny. Under the table, Taehyung gently held Jungkook's. The bond mark was flushed faintly, glowing with warm energy. Everyone could see it. The quiet bond between them, their true mates. Even in their full room of chatter, their souls were locked only onto each other. 2 days later, after enough rest, Taehyung pulled Jungkook aside. Let's get away, he whispered into his ear. Just us? Jungkook head where? I booked a private villa at the beach. We deserve a break. Jungkook blinked. You are serious? Taehyung nodded. No guards, no work, just us, the sea and peace. And so the next Leslie was in a confronting warning. The private villa was breathtaking, nestled between the forest and the sea. It had its own infinity pool, a wide beach, and glass walls that opened to the ocean blues walls. Jungkook whispered, step it in. It's like paradise. You're my paradise. The murmur behind him. Jungkook rolled his eyes. We are getting smoother, huh? Only for you. They spent the first day swimming in the sea, walking barefoot on the sand and playfully slashing each other in the pool. Jungkook even pushed Taehyung in the sand up to his chest and declared him with says, "You are the prettiest." That night after the light dinner, they sat on the villa balcony, wrapped in the blanket, watching the stars. Jungkook leaned against Taehyung's chest, fingers stressing bond mark on neck. Does it still hurt? He whispered. No, Taehyung smiled. It just tang when I'm near you. Me too. They sat in silence for a moment, but then Jungkook turned to face him. Eyes reflected the moon light. I am happy. I will make sure you always are. Taehyung gently cupped Jungkook's face, brushing their nose together. Can I kiss you again? You don't need to ask anymore. Jungkook whispered. Their lips met in a softer, more light. You really like me, don't you? You fit perfectly here. Taehyung smiled. They kissed deep and Taehyung's fingers slid under Jungkook's shirt again. Just feel the warmth of the skin. Jungkook whimpered softly, titled his head back to give him access to his neck. You are so addictive, Taehyung murmured against his skin. Even your scent drive me crazy. Then go crazy, Jungkook whispered. Taehyung froze, pulled back slightly and stared into the mate's eyes. You sure? Jungkook gave him a soft nod, cheeks pink, but only kissing. I want to go slow. Just feel you close. Taehyung smiled. Anything you want, bunny? Kissed again. They fall asleep in each other's arms. The ocean waves whisper love songs in the background. No danger, no pain, no chaos, just peace, love, and the warmth of the bond meant to be the end. And how was it? Commented down. I'll see you again in another taekook love story. Till then, take care. Say bye. Love you. Bye.